Bella, do you know what we are going to talk about today for more part?
Yes, today we will introduce the band sawing machine to you.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go on. The contents is divided into the three parts. The first part is machine model, and the second is industrial, and the third is technical processing. Let's go.
Yes, our machine, but you know, our machine have
Okay. Our band sawing machine have many models. Do you know what kind of the band sawing machine is divided?
our machine have three models. For example, the first one is our standard machine, and second is our angle saw machine, and the last one is our specialist machine.
Yes.
We will talk about from three parts. The first one is our standard machine, CNC Sawing Machine. Have ALJS 216 and ALJS 218, ALJS 320, ALJS 400, and ALJS 500, and 600. And our LJS series is suitable for continuous cutting in batch production. And the control system is PLC, used to set one or more groups or OD for continuous cutting. Repeat feeding across it is 2 millimeters.
Okay, we can look at these pictures. This is the band sawing machine pictures show. We have also a video to show the band sawing machine.
This is our control system. ALJS 320 band sawing machine, the screen display.
Yes.
Control system slide.
I can see very clearly in the video. And in this, we have two buttons.
Yes.
This model is a LGS 320 band sawing machine.
And for the ALJ series, the control system is CNC.
Yes. You can see the language is Chinese. Yeah, the pattern. Okay.
And it's very easy to use.
Yes.
Okay, next one. Our sawing machine or LJS 216. The cutting, sawing wheel speed is 14 or 16 or 18 tower wheel speed, and power is and better you know, the main most power is
the main model power is 2.2 kilowatt.
Yeah, and you know the working clamp method.
It's hydraulic.
Yes. And for the saw blade, the decision is manual.
Yes.
Okay.
And the work table height is about 650 millimeters, and the sewing machine weight is about 1,100
Kilometer. And the size is about 1,600 by 1,600 by 1,115.
Yes.
Yes, millimeter.
This is ALGS 260. We can see the pictures.
Okay, we can clear the control system is CNC and our control system is PLC. Okay, this machine.
In our factory, we have so many machines.
Yes.
And we can see this. This color is blue. And we usually the machine's color is orange. Yes. Alice, what color do you like?
I like blue.
Okay, I like blue too.
So according to custom needs, the color is blue or orange or other colors. Okay. If you like.
Yes.
We can our own machine clearly. Okay. We can see the motor.
Yes, this is a motor.
Yes, motor and
this tube is this metal tube is
what we
yes.
and mainly what we
And these tubes
oil and made for lubrication.
yes, these tubes play a role in lubrications.
Yeah.
And this is ARGS 260, this model.
Appears very clearly.
Yes. And this tube is oil, and this metal tube.
Yeah.
And this tube is water cooling. This tube is also.
Yes, mainly for lubrication.
Yes, and this part, look at these pictures. This is a clapping device.
Yeah.
Put the workpiece in this part. It can play the role of the fixing the workpiece.
Yeah. Okay, next one.
Yes. Next is ALGS 280. This model. We can see the pictures. The color is red.
Yeah.
Yes, it's very beautiful. And the maximum swelling reach is 200. Diameter is 280 millimeters.
Yeah.
And the size is 320 by 218 millimeters. This model is the motor power is 3 kilowatts. Alice, do you know this model hydraulic motor power is
How is the ARZ 218? The motor is 0.675.
yes. The hydraulic motor power is 0.75 kilowatt.
Yes.
And the cooling motor power is 0.09 kilowatt.
Yes.
This walking clamping method is also the hydraulic, the same as the ALGS 260.
Yeah.
And the saw blended tension is also the manual. This is also the same as the ALGS 260.
Yes.
We can see the other parameters. The work table height. This picture and this part is 650 millimeters. You can see the pictures. And the sewing machine weight is
1,500.
yes.
And the size?
And the size is about 1,750 by 2,200 millimeters by 1,500 millimeters.
Yeah.
You can see the pictures. It is ALGS 280.
Yeah.
This part is a control panel
Yeah.
plate.
And the color is the machine of ALGS 218. The color is red.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
very beautiful.
Yeah.
And this part, look at the pictures. This part is placed the saw blade.
Yeah.
This, you can see the pictures. This part. It can drive the saw blade to move, left and right. The move. Okay, this is also the ALGS 280 pictures.
Yes.
And this is the motor.
Yeah.
And this is the belt.
Yes.
Okay, we can see very clearly.
And the part is our ALGS 320. And the color is also red. For the ALGS 320, 20 volt power, mainly is 3 kilowatt, and for the hydraulic motor power is 0.75 kilowatt. But for the size, the about 1,900 by 1,600 by 1,500 millimeters. It's not same as the ALGS 260 and ALGS 218.
Yes.
Okay. And after the sewing is completed, the remaining height is no more than 130 millimeters. Yeah.
Okay. These three models. The main motor power is also the 3 kilowatts. Yes. And the hydraulic motor power is also the 0.75 kilowatt, and the cooling motor power is also the 0.09 kilowatt.
Yeah.
And the working clamping method is also the hydraulic, the same as the ALGS 260 and ALGS 280.
Yes.
And the saw blade tension is also the manual.
It's our ALGS 320 machine. Okay, we can see the video.
Yes. And we can see the workpiece is this machine is processing the workpiece.
And the double clamp
Yes.
CNC sawing machine. Machine is working.
We can see this is the workpiece. The list is very long.
Yes.
Okay, the next model is ALJS 400. This model we can see the pictures. This is the main picture of this model. We can see this is a CNC plate, control plate, and saw blade. This part is a saw blade,
Yes.
and the workpiece is placed this part. Okay, next we introduce the parameters of this model ARGS 400. The maximum sawing reach is the diameter is 400 millimeters and the size is 400 by 400 millimeters. The cutting in a bundle, the maximum size is 300 by 200 millimeters. And the swelling wheel speed, we have three kinds. There are 40 and 16 and 18 power wheel speed revolutions minute per minute. And the main motor power is 4 kilowatts. This is this kind of motor is different. The last three models. The ALJS 260 and ALJS 280 and ALJS 230. The main motor power is 3 kilowatts.
Yeah.
And this model is ALJS 400. This main motor power is 4 kilowatts. And the hydraulic motor power is also different. Is 1.5 kilowatts.
Yeah.
And the cooling motor power is the 0.09 kilowatts. And the working clamping method is also the same as the three models. This is also the hydraulic, and the saw blade is also the manual.
Yeah.
You can see these pictures. The vertical height is about 615 millimeters, and the sewing machine weight is about 2,300. And the size is about 2,600 by 2,100 millimeters by 1,650 millimeters.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go on the next. Now this is pictures of the ALJS 400. We can see the color is orange.
Yes.
It's also very beautiful.
Yes. And the color is our standard color.
Yes. We can see this is the saw blade, and this part is placed to the saw blade, and this is a control plate.
Yes. And this is our electrical system. Yeah. Electrical cabinet.
Yes, electrical cabinet, and it can this part It can drive the saw blade to move. It also left and right the move.
Yes. And this part is our machine motor.
Yes, the motor.
Yes. Okay. We can from this picture we can adjust 400 at the lines.
Yes.
Okay, we can see the picture. This part from this. Okay. This picture is very clearly from.
Yes, add this part to the ALJS 400.
Yes.
So we can record this the ALJS as a list.
Yes.
You can see very clearly.
Okay, if our friends you're interested in this machine, please connect the link and or tell us we can recommend the right machine for you.
Yes. We can recommend the right machine according to your needs.
Yes.
According to your workpiece, the thickness of the workpiece and the length of the workpiece, we can recommend the right machine to you.
Yes. This part is our ARJ 500. And okay, we can look at the picture. The color is also orange from same as the ARJ 400.
Yes.
And for ARJ 500, the sewing speed is mainly for 14 and or 16 or 18 power speed. And for the better you know, for the ARJS 500, the main motor power
is 5.5 kilowatt.
Yes, and for the hydraulic motor power of ARJS 500 is 1.5 kilowatt.
Yes.
And then you know, for the cooling motor power of ARJS 500, you know.
Yes, the ARJS 500 cooling motor power is 0.09 kilowatt.
Yes.
Do you know the ARJS 400? Do you know the main motor power is
5.5 kilowatt.
And the ALJS 400, this model, the main motor power is, do you know? Do you remember?
4 kilowatt.
Yes. So this is the difference of this part of these two models.
And for the working method of ARJS 500 is hydraulic.
Yes.
And for the saw blind, the position is manual. And the working table height of ARJS 500 is 650 millimeters. And the size of ARJS 500 is about 2,900 by 2,100 and by 1,750 millimeters.
Yes.
Yeah. The machine is very big.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, next one. We can see the picture of our own machine. The machine is in our factory.
Yes. We can see the pictures. We also have other
color. Yes.
We also have other colors, and we also have many bandsaw machines.
Yes.
These pictures we can see.
Yes. You can see the control system.
This picture is just a part.
Yeah. And our ALJS series control system is PLC sensing control system.
Yes.
Okay. This part is the machine electrical cabinet.
Cabinet, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's introduce the next model is ALGS 500. This model we can see the pictures very clearly.
Yes.
We can see the main structures of this machine.
Yes. Okay, we have video for both to see.
Yes,
We can.
you show your video show.
The machine is working.
Yes, and in the video we can see very clearly the workpiece is processing workpiece.
Yeah.
The machine is this part.
Yeah.
This part is the you can see again. This part is the workpiece is processing the workpiece.
The machine is our ALGS 500 series. Yeah.
Yes, and this part is a feeding rack. The feeding rack and the workpiece is placed on the feeding rack, and the workers need to assess the movement of the workpiece.
Yes.
And this part is a feeding rack. This part and this.
Yes.
You can see very clearly.
Yes.
Let's go on the next model. Alice, please.
Okay. Next one is our ALGS 600. For the machine, the color is also orange.
Yes.
And for the ALGS 600, the sawing speed is also 14 or 16 or 18 tower speed. And for the main motor power ALGS 600 is 5.5 kilowatts. Okay, we can see the same as the ALGS 500.
Yes.
Yes. And for the hydraulic motor power of ALGS 600 is 2.2 kilometers. And for the cooling motor power of ALGS 600 is 0.20. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. And for the working method is hydraulic, and for the stabilization is manual.
Yes.
Okay. Bella, you know the sewing the size of ALGS 600.
Yes, the size is about the ALGS 600. This model, the size is about 7,000 by 3,300 millimeters by 2,300 millimeters.
Yes. Okay, the machine also very big.
Yes. And we can see the pictures. The work table height is about 650 50 millimeters.
Yes.
And the sewing machine weight is about 7,000. Is very
big.
yes.
Okay. The machine is our in factory. Okay, we can see the work is working. Yes. The machine we can see the machine of details.
Yes.
Yes.
It's very clearly.
Yes. Okay. So if you are interested in this ALGS 400 or 500 or 600, you can click the link or tell us. We can recommend the right machine for you, and can according to your needs recommend the right machine.
Yes. If you want to know about the more details of the workpiece, of different size or different models. You can contact Alice and you can contact Bella.
Yes.
We can, according to your needs, to introduce, recommend the right machine to you.
Yes.
Okay, this is also the ARGS 600, this model. We can see the pictures.
Yes. Because it's
This blue tube is cooling system of this,
yes.
and this part is motor.
Yes. Motor.
Yes.
And we can see the belt.
对. Sorry. This is the belt.
Okay.
Okay, next we introduce the ALJS 600 in feeding and out feeding. This part, we can see the pictures.
Yes.
And this part is the feeding rack, and the workpiece is placed the feeding rack in this part, and the workers can move the workpiece to processing.
Yes. And we can from picture we can see the different ways and the ARGS series. For example, 600, 400 or 600, 500.
Yes, and this part is also the saw blade, and this it can drive the saw blade to move.
Yes.
And this part is also the electrical cabinet. This part and the control plate.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, we can see the machine in our factory. Okay.
In our factory, we can see the picture. In these pictures, our factory have many machines.
Yes. Okay.
And in the pictures, we can see very clearly the machine, the structure of the machine.
Yes.
Band sawing machine.
Okay. For the stand machine, we just introduce our ALGS series.
Yes.
Okay. And the next one is our ALGZ series.
Yes.
Uh,
Let me introduce the standard machine. It's also the double column band sawing machine. We have different models about the ALGZ 4235, ALGZ 4240, and ALGZ 4240 and ALGZ 4245 and ALGZ 4250. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5 models.
many models.
Yes, we can see the pictures. This is a standard machine of the double column band sawing machine.
Yes.
And this part is
Our counter system.
yes.
And we can see difference with our ARJ series.
Yes.
But you know, our ARJ series control system is
PLC.
yes, and the CC control system.
Yes, and the semi-automatic control this part these models, and hydraulic clamping and convenient operation and strong cutting ability.
Yes.
This model is has many advantages.
Yes.
And double column structure to ensure the gliding accuracy, stable and reliable sawing.
Yeah.
How we can see pictures. This is a main picture of the band sewing machine, double
Yeah.
column band sewing machine. And this part is also the band saw blade. Is the saw blade. It can drive the saw blade to move. And the workpiece is placed this part in this part.
Yeah.
Yes, and it can ensure the workpiece to processing. Okay.
Okay. We can see the machine in our factory. Okay. Bella, you see the machine color is orange,
Yes.
but the machine is red, white.
I think it's according to the customer's needs
Yeah.
or the customer's favor.
Yeah.
Maybe the customers like red, so it is the red.
Yeah. Yeah. So the color we can according to customer needs. We can the worker can recommend the red or orange or blue colors.
Yes. But our standard color of the machine is orange.
Yeah.
Is most of the machine's color is orange.
Yeah.
If you like the red or blue or yellow or other colors, we can paint the colors to the machine according to your needs.
Yeah.
You can see the this picture is ALGZ 4235 this model.
Yeah. We can see the control system.
Yes, and this part is a control system, and this part is electrical convenient.
Yeah.
And the saw blade, and this part is a feeding rack.
Yeah.
This part. And this is in front of the machine, and this is back of the machine.
Yeah. The a machine, the motor power of ARJZ 4235 power is 3 kilowatt.
Yes.
And for the hydraulic motor power of ARJZ 4235 is 0.55 kilowatt. And for the water motor power of ARJZ 4235 is 0.09 kilowatt. And for the machine weight is 915.
Yes.
Yes. And for the size, for the ALGZ 4235, the size is 1,900 by 1,500 by 1,500 millimeter.
Yes.
Yeah. And for the single dry hydraulic clamping.
Yes. We can see the pictures.
Yes.
This is the main pictures of the ALGZ 4235 this model.
Yeah.
And let's go on.
Okay. And for the ALGZ 4235 performance, we have four advantages.
Yes.
And the first one is the double structure ensure the guiding accuracy and the sewing is simple and reliable. And second is hydraulic clamping. The workpiece will not be loosened after sewing and avoiding torching and pressure damage to the saw band and ensuring guide saw band.
Yes.
And the three is the transmission machine of the sewing machine is precisely balanced and correct to reduce vibration to initialize the saw belt and It isn't easy to break off all the teeth. And the last one is the speed is stiffness, speed regulation, and so band speed is turbo speed regulation.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we can see the pictures. This is the main pictures of these models. The electrical cabinet and the control system and the band blade, saw blade, sorry. And this part is a rack, is feeding rack.
Yes.
Okay, let's go on. This is the details of the machine. This model is this the motor.
Yes.
And this is a laser belt. This is details of the machines.
And the machine our GZ4235 traditional button control panel. We can see the control system.
Yes, we can see the pictures. This is a control panel. Is it use traditional button?
Yes.
We can see the pictures. In the pictures, we can see there are many buttons. Okay, next model is ALGC 4240. This model. We can see the pictures is this part is a leather belt and the motor and this part.
We can picture it very clearly.
Yes. We can see very clearly the details of the machine.
Yes.
Okay, this model is also have many advantages. The double column structure is guided by the circular column and a sliding shelf to ensure the guidance, accuracy, and the sewing is stable and reliable. The precision place correction of the sewing machine transmission machine reduce the vibration to ensure that the saw belt is not easy to break or pull the tools. The steel branch removes chips, effectively cleans the iron chips, burn the tools, and protects and prolongs the service life of the saw band. We can see the pictures and the parameters of the pictures very clearly.
Yeah.
And the maximum sewing capacity is diameter is 400 millimeters and the size is 400 millimeters by 400 millimeters.
Yeah.
And you can see the main motor power is 4 kilowatt. And the hydraulic motor is 0.75 kilowatt.
Yeah.
The water pump motor power is 0.09 kilowatt.
Yeah.
I can see this is where also the details of the machine. And the machine size is 2,000 by 1,200 millimeters by 1,550 millimeters.
Yeah.
And the net weight of the machine tool is 1,500. And this is main pictures of the ALGZ 4240, this model. And we can see the details of the machine. and the control panel.
Yes.
This is also the standard buttons.
Yes. And we can see the language of Chinese or English.
Yes.
Yeah. The part in the model is our ALGZ 4265. We can see we can see the picture in our factory.
Yes.
Very clearly.
Yes.
And we can see the details of ALGZ 4215 or 605. Okay. And we have a video to show.
In the video, we can show the workpiece is processing.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. And the machine in our factory, and the color is also orange.
Yes.
And, yes, and these three speeds can be changed by adjusting the and which can meet the needs of cutting different materials.
Yes.
And for the ALGZ 42 and 45, the motor power is 4 kilowatt, and for the hydraulic motor power is 0.775 kilowatts.
Yes.
And for the machine size is 2,500 by 1,200 by 1,700 millimeters. Yes. And for the machine weight is 1,500.
Yes. This is the main pictures.
Yes. And for the ALGZ 442 or 45 furnace, the double structure ensures the guiding accuracy and sewing is stable and reliable. And the second hydraulic clamping and the workpiece will not be loosened after sewing, and avoiding friction and pressure damage to the sew hands top band, and protecting the sew band. And three, the transmission of the sewing machine is precise, balanced, and correct to reduce and ensure that the sew belt is not easy to break or pull the teeth.
Yes.
And the last one is the stiffness speed regulation, and the sew band speed is the tower wheel speed regulation.
So our machine have many advantages.
Yes.
And this model is the ALGZ 4250, this model. And this is main pictures. This is also the same as the last several models.
Yeah.
And this is main parameters of this machine model. And the maximum sewing capability is 500 millimeters by 500 millimeters, and the main motor power is 4 kilowatt. And the hydraulic motor power is 0.75 kilowatt, and the water pump motor power is 0.09 kilowatt. And we can see the sew band tensioning method is manual, is also the manual, and the machine size is 2,600 millimeters by 1,200 millimeters by 1,800 millimeters. And this is also have many details of this machine. And this machine also have many advantages. First, the machine adopts the Taiwan's technology and double pooling structure to ensure guiding accuracy and stable and reliable sewing. The second clamped by the vice, the sewed workpiece will not be loosened so as to avoid compressing the sew band and protect the sew band. The steel brush removes chips, effectively cleaning the iron chips between the tools and prolongs the slice life of the sew band. And the last is the transmission machinery of the sewing machine is precisely balanced and corrected to reduce vibration and ensure that the sew belt is not easy to break or pull the tools.
Yeah.
This is details of the machine pictures. Uh, we also have a video to show you. Okay, in the video we can show very clearly the workers assistant the workpiece to move, and it can ensure the workpiece processing.
Yes. Okay. And we just now how introduce our ARGC, ARGS series and ARGZ series.
Yes.
Yes. And but difference of ARGS series and with ARGZ series. Okay, Bella, you know?
Yes, the ALGS series and ALGZ series have many difference.
Yeah.
The CNC type, the ALGS series, we can see the pictures. The ALGS series is CNC type, and the ALGZ series is double column type. And this is the first difference. And the second is ALGS series is fully automatic CNC,
Yeah.
and the ALGZ series is a semi-automatic control.
Yes.
And the ALGS series, the color touch screen operation, and the ALGZ series is traditional button control panel. And these two series, ALGS and ALGZ series, it's also one gear transmission standard for position, and it's also clamped by hydraulic.
Yes. Okay. Today we talk about our machine from three parts, and the first one is our standard machine.
Yes.
Okay. Now we introduce our second angle band saw machine, and our angle band saw machine. ALDJ 500 and ALDJ 750 and ALDJ 1000 and ALDJ 1250. And angle rotation is accurate and convenient.
Yes.
Yes, and for the ALDJ series, it is mainly used in water industry. The ALGG series is used in conjunction with the citation draw for construction and steel structure.
Yes,
Yes.
and this and the ALDG series, these models it can be drilling after it has been cut,
Yes.
and it also can be cut after it has been drilled.
Yes.
And the sewing machine does not move the material. The sew frame can rotate 0 to 45 in the forward direction. For or 0 to 6 direction in the return direction. So suitable for the sewing various angle steels around the pipes and rectangular pipes and so on.
Yes.
This is main pictures of
Yes.
the angle band sewing machine. This is a hydraulic manual angle machine. We can see we have different models. The ALG 330, ALG 400, and ALG 500, and ALG 600. This is main four models.
Yes.
We can see the pictures. This part is manual to move.
Yes.
And the control panel, this part,
Yes.
and this part is also the manual.
Yes. And the part line is our hydraulic manual ALG 330, and the performance of ALG 330 have three advantages. And the first is machine reduced and the performance of working sewing machine, hydraulic balance, and high stress balance, spring and hydraulic speed regulation. And the second and cut by the sewing machine doesn't move and the saw frame can rotate 0 to 45 degrees in the forward direction or 0 to 16 degrees in the direction.
Yes.
And the last one is the bed and the clamp position can be moved back and forth, and which is convenient for clamping materials. Yeah,
Okay.
you can see the picture very clearly.
Yes, this is a picture of the ALG 330.
Yes.
This is also the pictures, the structures, the details of the machine.
Yeah.
This part is a cooling system and the manual
Yes, we can see the manual.
and the control plate
Yes.
and the motor and the belt.
Yes.
And this is also the details of the
Yes.
pictures. Okay, next is ALG 400. It is also the many advantages. The first is a double column structure is adopted. The sewing jobs smoothly and the sewing precision is high, and the promising is very stable. And the angle rotation is very accurate and very convenient. The hydraulic wise is clamped and the feed is controlled hydraulically, and the feed speed is stabilizedly adjusted. A simple and convenient operation and maintenance. The saw band guide set has a reasonable structure to ensure the guide accuracy and prolong the life of the saw band. This is pictures. This part is have the angle.
Very clearly.
Yes, it's move this part.
Yes.
And we also video to show you. And this video show the workpiece is processing. This is a workpiece.
We can see the angle. Yeah.
Yes, this part is angle.
Yeah.
Okay, next is ALG 500. This part, this is machine. Is the structure is the same as last
Yeah.
machines.
Yeah.
Yes. And this part.
In part is our ALG 600. Okay, the machine is in our factory. Yes. Okay, we can see the tears very clearly.
Yes.
Yes.
Feeding
Yes.
rack.
Yes, and we can see the angle.
Yes. This is the angle.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, the difference of the ALGS and the ALG have many differences.
Yeah.
And the first is ALDJ series is angle controlled by PLC. But the ALG series angle controlled by the hydraulic manual.
Yes.
Yes, and in feeding control by PLC is divided two parts. Is dolly feeding and rolling feeding.
Yeah.
This is the ALDG series, and the ALG series is just rolling feeding.
Yeah.
And the ALDG series can with drilling machine work together, but the ALG series not with the drilling machine work together. And the ALDG series, the processing is very high for the position. But the ALG series, the is a standard for position.
Yes.
So ALDG series, the price is more high than ALG series.
And the ALGG series is best choice for you.
Yes.
Okay.
This is also the angle band sewing machine.
Yes. We can see the angle.
This part is
Yes.
the angle.
Yes. We can move. Yes.
You can move to the angle.
The angle is 0 to 5 to 45 degree or 0 to 16 degree.
Yes.
Yes.
You can see this is the
Ruler.
ruler. Yes.
Yes.
This is the ruler. It can place the degrees.
Yes. It's in ALDG series.
Yes. The pictures we can very clearly.
Yes.
And the pictures in the pictures is a machine is processing the workpiece.
Yes.
It's cutting.
Yes.
And this is the ALDG series, multiple device, and this part is the feed comes in here, and the feed comes out here,
Yes.
and the roll over to this part, and the feed and in this part. This
Yes.
is the process.
Yes.
Next is the band sewing details. This is yes.
This one is double side, double rear guide, and okay, this picture is internet feeding device.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. The picture is our feeding bed of machine.
Yes. Okay. This part. This is a feeding rock. The feeding rock. The workpiece is placed on the feed rack, and the workers assessed to move the workpiece.
And the part is our electrical material rack, and the customer can choose optional
Yes,
option.
optional. You can
Optional.
choose or you cannot.
Yeah.
This is a guide wheel block.
Yes.
This part and the guide arm.
Yes.
This is a valve.
Yes.
In the pictures, you can see very clearly the details of the
Yeah.
machine. And the hollow block, this part, and this part is a hoop saw wheel.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, this is the first part of the models of the sawing machine.
Yes. And the part one is when they introduce the industry. Yes.
Okay, the sawing machine industrials have had many industrials. It has the steel structure. This
Yeah.
pictures. This is a steel structure.
Yeah.
Doing sewing shoe.
Yeah.
And it can also use to the workpiece. This
Yeah.
is also the workpiece. And the hardware pipe manufacturing. This is the pictures. Very so many pipes.
Yeah.
This is also the workpiece shoe. The furniture industrial.
Yes.
In our room, we have
Yes.
many furnitures. And the shape bleeding industrials,
Yeah.
we can also use
Yeah.
cutting all tube sheets, tubes, sections, and other metals.
Yeah. Okay. The last one is our technical processing.
Yes.
Okay. We can see the picture is the machine is sewing process and the processing process. Yeah.
This is processing is processing the tube.
Yeah.
This part, the first picture show the sewing process,
Yeah.
and the second picture shows the saw workpiece. This is a workpiece.
Yeah.
This is also the saw process. Is sewing the pipe.
Yeah.
Bunch is a bunch sewing is
Yeah.
so many together to process.
Yeah.
Okay. Today we introduce this to you. If you want to know more details of the sewing machine, please free contact me or contact Alice. Thanks for your time. See you next time.
Okay. See you.
一级单词，黑屏了怎么样？
不是一级没电了。
爬得出，爬得死，加起来有5分钟吧。